Chapter 4. 17 years? Jade was struck. She had been terrorized by a statue of an angel, been swept up into this tiny stone pillar, the inside of which actually seemed about the size of a small city, and had been to the future, and eaten. She was exhausted. Jade effortlessly spun the future quarter around her fingers, thinking of how nice a pillow would feel. So, I'm stuck here. Traveler flustered. For the time being. Jade's head slumped backward as she rolled her eyes. Just temporarily, Traveler assured her. He typed something on his watch and returned his attention to the control panel. Pert and I are working on it. Now, if I can only figure out what I'm missing. You are an insufficient operator, Purge's mechanical female echoed, concluding again. Shut up. I'm bored and tired, Jade barked. Moments passed. Purge? She stood. What are you doing? Traveler asked. Sucking less than you, came the response. Purge? Yes, Jade, Purge responded, voice booming overhead. Are you from the future? How did he build you if he can't even pilot you? How big are you? Where are we? Traveler raised his head from the readout. Don't bother asking, it's way beyond you. Shut up, white boy. Jade looked upward to the general direction of the ceiling. My name is Purge, though I was originally meant to be perfect, Purge stated, echoing. I am a type of 99X time capsule. I was designed 184 years ago. I was born 111 years ago, grew out of this time stream, and melded with the vortex. As of now, I am 111 BTW, using Razalin's common time. I am from your very distant future. I am exact center. My circumference is approximately 6,780 miles. Jade gasped. Holy shit! That's the size of the damn moon? Which one? Traveler asked. She looked at him, confused. The moon? Earth's moon? Oh, he swatted the air. Yes, right, your moon. BTW? Jade inquired. By the way, no! Traveler closed his eyes and put his hand to his forehead. By the way is before your time. What does BTW mean again? Jade looked upward once more. How can you fit the moon inside an old stone Doric? I see this place, the enormity of it. It's incredible. How can it all be inside a pillar? I am a dimensional transcendental, Purge responded. Quit humming in the background for a moment. Right. Jade sighed. Yeah, that explains it. Traveler grinned. Jade pointed at him. Why doesn't he know what he's doing? Don't just tell me he's an insufficient operator. I am programmed for use by High Lords. Specifically, I am dictated to Vinta Salam Borazax. I am not programmed for use by engineers. I am stolen property. Jade's eyes widened. Now hang on a sec, Traveler started. You are an insufficient operator, Purged finished. Jade stabbed a finger into the Traveler's chest. First, you steal a time machine. Then, you steal me. Thanks. Traveler's hands were in the air, fingers spread again, as if being robbed. Before the Time War. What? BTW. It doesn't mean by the way. It means before Time War, he explained. So? Jade demanded. There was a war, Traveler said. Everything was dying. Time itself was dying, all at once. Some of my friends were trapped for eternity. The time capsules were used for fighting as well, for warfare. You could suspend an enemy in time, freeze them, keep them in loops, regress them, age them, or ensure that your enemies never existed in the first place. This, of course, created paradox. There were a couple of wars in time in my people's history, but this one was the biggest. In paradox, my god, the paradox this war created, the cold, the informs, the nightmare child, and the sometimes never, the clockwork soldiers. He kept speaking, but it trailed off into a sad, soft whisper. Jade's face softened as she placed a hand on his shoulder gently. Show me. They stepped out of Purge into the swirling heliotrope of time and space. Jade saw the familiar Celine and purple waterfall. her own particular interpretation of the vortex. She felt the energy and the electricity, all blue and warm, surrounded her like a big hug. Traveler pointed his watch and let fly a current. It formed into a huge swirling azure whirlpool at their feet. Soon enough it stopped swirling and a picture emerged of a planet. Jade could see below her a mammoth red giant with crimson clouds. Ships were everywhere, explosions were everywhere. Traveler sat and let his feet dangle in the puddle like screens showing the destruction. This was the last day of the war, the last moments. His face fell as he pressed a button on his watch. Jade sat behind him. The view changed. They appeared to be looking into a control room with soldiers dressed in strange, intricate uniforms, all yelling, all panicking. This was some sort of war council. Something's happening here. Traveler pointed to the viewing pond, as the view changed once more. The planet again, yet there was light streaking all around it. Streaks of lightning, it seemed. They became faster and brighter in intensity until they enveloped the planet. Then the planet vanished. Then it's gone. The stranger in white turned off his watch. My planet, all of my people, just gone. Disappeared. Traveler stood. The viewing pond swirled away, replaced with the hazy blue and wafting purple of all time and space. Planets, stars, and other cosmic bodies all went about their business. Jade solemnly looked up at him. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Traveler shrugged. I'll find out what happened. How long ago was this? She asked. Right before I met you. I escaped the destruction, stole Purge, and the next temporal wave Purge could get, Lock-On set me right beside you. It was you that she was able to grip onto in the vortex. Your signal. You were her first fight. You came from a war? Where your planet was blown up? Traveler nodded silently. And the first stop, you saved my life. Traveler nodded again, then said, After I stole a ship, you see, my people aren't supposed to intervene. But Purge is a time capsule, and with her directives, and her own thoughts and feelings, she can't just let someone die. It's against her imprimatur. Jade pretended as if she knew what imprimatur meant, and said, Thank you, I think. It sucks that happened. She trailed off. She didn't know how to comfort an alien. The stranger in white offered Jade his hand. She took it and absently brushed herself off as she stood. You said your friends were gone. Did you have any family? Traveler sighed. No family, but there was someone. Who? Someone I will miss, he uttered. Someone you loved? Jade asked. Someone I will miss, he repeated. They walked back into the stone column. Purge had opened up the steampunk lectern in the center of the massive control room, and the thick marble slab had merged. There were more than a few lights blinking, excessively as if to grab attention. Traveler trailed off as he went to investigate. Traveler? Jade asked. Traveler, he said, annoyed. Yeah, I just thought that. Traveler slapped the console. Stupid translation matrix! Traveler, what's going on? Purge is lit up like a Christmas tree. The stranger in white took off his coat and flung it to a nearby chair. He had one finger in the air. Give me a second. He pressed some buttons and finished by sliding the silver lever away from him. Suddenly, there were crazy neon symbols across the face of the monitor, faster than Jade could see almost, let alone interpret or comprehend. These bright blue letters and shapes ran across the dark stone block. Traveler seemed to follow it all. Then it abruptly stopped. He leered at Jade, eyes all squinted. He seemed angry. How old are you? 17. So don't get any ideas, perv. You're like 30, right? Try a decade older, Jade. You're 17. Yeah, still not legal. Even if I was, the answer's no. She folded her arms. You're 40. Traveler raised an eyebrow. 40? Who told you I was 40? You said try a decade. Traveler slapped the control panel. Damn useless translation matrix. I said century. I said try a century. He shouted at the console. Jade took a step back. You are 117 years old? The stranger in white nodded with eyebrows raised. You're a century older than I am, she yelped. And today is your 17th birthday. That possesses a problem. What? Traveler sighed once more, seeming much more drained of energy. Very tired. I was thinking I could take you back and wipe your memory of all of this, but that won't work. Jade heard this and became excited, but she didn't want to get her hopes up. Why not? You're too young. If you retcon an intelligent being at the wrong time, it could pose problems. I'm too young? Like it could screw me up? What the hell is a retcon? Traveler waved his hands dismissively. Just a clever colloquialism for a memory wipe. For you, if I use the device to erase your short term, it could cause a development problem before you even turn 25. But that doesn't even matter. That's not the point. He slapped the control panel. We can't get closer than 17 years to the time you departed. 17 before, 17 after. But that's as close as we come. 17 years, no closer. He stopped, stood straight, and stared directly into her eyes. And you just turned 17 today. Jade yawned. He blinked and went right back to work. Jade still had a million questions, but she decided she was too tired to hear the answer. She watched Traveler work on one spot, then slide to another control panel, then another. He was working furiously, passionately. Jade yawned again. Traveler pulled out a small mirror from the marble slab and flung it onto the nearby wall. As before, it stuck, then grew into a doorway. I'm not hungry. I just ate. Purge says you need to rest. You've been awake for nearly more than 22 hours. Jade didn't deny being ridiculously sleepy and crabby. Well, if Purge is going to let you know when I have to go to the bathroom too... Traveler dismissed the antagonism, if he even registered it. Speaking of that, there are human female hygiene products located in your bedroom. Apparently, you're going to start soon, whatever that means. My bedroom? Sure. Jade glanced over at the instant entrance. There was definitely a bed in there. She was intrigued and walked inside. The bedroom was gorgeous and vastly spacious. There was a 4-poster bed with a soft teal and burgundy sheets and pillows. The cool palette combined with the other details of the room, such as the scalloped priestite shames and the curvy headboard to make the room even more soothing. 2 end tables on either side of the king-size bed supported beautiful aquatic tanks filled with exotic and brightly colored fish. There were exquisite steel and silver sculptures by Bertua. Every stick of furniture was high-end. Guy de Rogemont and Carl Springer. One side of the room had a 4-sectional Japanese screen with gold bamboo on black lacquer. The other side was an entrance to the bathroom. Apparently, Purge created the perfect bedroom from somewhere in the back of Jade's mind. Traveler stopped typing on the console when he heard her shriek. Then silence. Then he heard Jade shriek again. I love this bathroom! In the bathroom, Jade found not only a beautiful brand new black commode, but all the sinks and plumbing fixtures were shiny and black. The walls and floor tiles were black ceramic, yet felt like wood. Mirrors, huge, streak-free, perfect mirrors hung everywhere, and some closets were huge and crazy soft black, purple, and dark blue towels. They smelled as if they had recently come from the dryer, still warm. In other closets there were clothing, swimwear, formal dresses, casual business attire, and so on. All brand new, Prada, Grussi, DKNY. Other closets had hygiene items, any kind of razor or toothpick or deodorant or soap, or any personal items anyone could ever need. Candles were everywhere, waiting to be lit. The overhead lights were complimentary, and soft and diffusive. Jade was most excited about the shower stall. A huge water spout hung directly over a tub that could fit several large football players. No, Jade was most excited about the sauna. The bamboo doors had small green plants in front of it, and inside, relaxing heat. So warm, so quiet. No, Jade was really excited about the hot tub. Several candles were already lit for some reason, casting a gentle glow from their recess. Soft lights overhead diffused into the bubbling water. It looked so perfect. She stripped. Bath time. About 10 hours later, Jade felt like a brand new person. She was snuggled into a fluffy pink housecoat and a matching fluffy pink kitten house shoes. The pink kitten faces on her feet greeted Traveler as he leaned forward in a chair, his cigarette hanging out of his mouth. You smoke? Jade asked. The traveler stared up at her and let out one light cough. "Not good for you," she said, as the pink kitten stopped staring up at the traveler. They wished Jade to the podium. The traveler spit out the cigarette. "I was experimenting." "With lung cancer?" Traveler didn't answer, and Jade didn't care. "So is this place a hotel or a warship?" He seemed confused for a moment. Then Traveler smiled as he answered, "Oh, the bedroom. The cafeteria. Just one of many." Jade's eyes widened. "How many is many?" "Something like 10,000 or so." "You can fit 10,000 people in here?" "No," Traveler laughed. "Oh, gods, no. There are 10,000 bedrooms, a few thousand food courts, and several thousand athletic and recreational areas, including movie theaters, libraries, swimming parks, bars. Purge could fit many more people in here than 10,000. "How many more?" He ignored her. "I don't like the translation matrix of my name." "No one is Purge," Purged echoed from overhead. "Traveler?" Jade smiled. He winced. "No, not, just call me Mr. White." "No." "No?" "No, I'm not calling you Mr. White. That's stupid." "Then leave off the mister." Jade placed a hand on her hip. "That would sound idiotic. What if I had to introduce you to somebody? Hi, he's white." "Really, dude?" Traveler shrugged, grinned. "I suppose I can leave off the part where I tell this somebody about you and Pudge. I was going to say you're both aiding me to—" Hold on. Jade laughed. "You had planned on going up to people and say, 'Hi, I'm Mr. White, and I have AIDS.'" "When you say it like that," Traveler smiled. "I guess Traveler is fine." Darkness in the graveyard. The wind blew between the headstones. The phone kept ringing. Ringing. Warping in and out of time, in and out of existence, it kept reaching out to someone that wasn't there. In the dark, in the graveyard. Something trapped between ages grew impatient.